like, share, subscribe, dislike, comment below, all that other good shit. Probably too early to curse. Oh well. Okay, cut it out now. But yeah, man, hit that like button, hit that dislike button, comment below how stupid I sound or do you agree with me? We're gonna talk about TNA, Total Non-Stop Action. Their first show at AMC. It was this week Thursday, and I've seen the reviews. I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and I had to go watch it for myself. I don't like taking people's word for it because my perspective is different from other people's perspective. So I seen it for myself, and it was pretty bad. It was underwhelming, underdelivered. Didn't have much buzz going into it to begin with. They even let me just say this. It was a few reasons. I ain't gonna number them in order. I'm just gonna think of them what I've seen and how I visualized it and what I got from it. The match card was very underwhelming. Only three matches in your debut after about 15, damn near 16 years, however long it's been since they've been on television. And this is like the best you do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, why you wasn't thinking Super Show? You should have 5 matches. I think they should have had an Ultimate X match on there. Do This is what made TNA popular. Do the shit that made you popular. You displayed and had commercials, infomercials inside the shows, as talking about the X Division, and you showed AJ, showed Joe, showed all these people. You didn't have not one X Division match on the show. I know Leon Slater got cut because the WWE had him in a European tour. Okay, improvise. Do an Ultimate X match for no one contendership. That's simple. Display what made you TNA. This felt like a just random TNA. And see, me, I don't watch. I wasn't watching TNA before this really. Even during the NXT, all that shit is still going on, but like I don't watch like that, right? But now, like, okay, they are part of the mainstream atmosphere in some degree, and they got the chance to get up there. If they doing shows like this, I don't see this lasting long. The roster is very weak. They are losing people left to right. They're what I heard the Inspiration, which AKA the Iconics, which they look so much better with black hair. But anyway, that's just my personal preference. But I heard they leaving. That was their last match. The Rascals, I don't know all their names, but they left before that show came up, and one of them was supposed to fight for the X Division title against Leon Slater. Uh, who else? You already Jake something showed up. He's Jake Doyle now in AEW. So you lost quite a few people. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mind the signings though. The Alina Black, aka Cora Jade, and Sonya Deville. Now, what Daria Ray or some shit. Which I thought that was a pretty cool segment. I thought she was going to come out there and be face, and I was like, yeah, it's just a matter of time she's going to be heel. And she didn't waste no time. She's always been pretty talented to me. I didn't understand how Dirty really didn't use her to her highest potential to be a top girl. I don't know. But those signings are alright. I didn't really bother me. They did have knockouts matches, tag team match, and then they had damn, what was the other match? Wait, there was only one women's match, and then there was that tag team match at the beginning with the Hardys. I forgot who all was even in it, really, for real. But it was as far as the production levels, it looked very average, amateur like. But I can get over that. I mean, as long as you tell the stories and matches are good, I don't really care about how it looked that much. As long as it don't look like control your narrative, that just looked ridiculous. But I think they should have went ahead and did a 6-sided ring, bro. This is your debut. This your debut back to television. So it's like go all out. You had AJ Styles. That was one of the biggest mistakes right there. You had AJ Styles. It's good you had him on the show. It was cool that he teased that he might be going for the TNA title probably this, since this is last year, I believe. So that was cool. But the fact you had nobody to start a program with him, I mean, I think Moose should have came out there. Moose wasn't on the show. He's clearly your biggest star you got, the face of the company. He wasn't on the show. He was there, but he didn't do nothing on the show. Just a lot of rah rah, thank you, AFC speech. It reminded me a lot of Raw on Netflix debut 2025. There's a lot of ass kissing. Except that show was better than this show, though. I ain't gonna deny that. But TNA didn't go all out. They just felt like, oh, we got the WWE backing, which you barely even had any WWE people, NXT people even show up really. So I don't know. It was underwhelming, I think, and I think a lot of people calling it horrible, one of the worst shows already in 2026 because we was expecting so much more. You know what I mean? So, and it didn't really set up anything that much for next week to make you really want to engage for next week. I liked it, Mr. Elegance. That was kind of all right. I'm still getting used to a lot of these people, so that was all right. Alright, it's all right. And I said the matches all was pretty decent, pretty decent. I think the women's tag team match was probably the best match. So the world title match is alright. It's alright. Thank goodness Mike Santana's world champ again though, and I like the little interaction you had with AJ. So that was pretty cool. But it's something about the yellow ropes. I'm not used to it, so that's just me. But other than that, man, this was if I had to get rated 1 out of 10, this gets like a 3.7. It was pretty basic. It really didn't get me excited for next week, or to really even stay tuned in. They had an injury report. I thought that was pretty cool, but Steve Macklin, which is one of your upbringing stars, wasn't on the show. The women's knockout champ, Zia Lee, I forgot her name now, but she was just there just to do rah rah shit. It's like, this should have felt like a pay per view for free. I don't know who booked that and thought this was going to be a really good show, but it just wasn't. And you had AJ. So you mean tell me y'all probably knew this a week in advance? I don't know. Y'all didn't have no real plans for AJ. It's crazy. You got the face that built that place, literally, back on television on your debut. Why you don't instantly got a program for AJ? I think if they would have had that, this show would have at least moved up to like a 6. Just off of that, if AJ had a program, if AJ was already into something. We don't know if AJ was going to be back next week. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to really think with that. It might be a situation. Who knows? But this was a pretty bad show. Yes, it was. And I'm just hoping, you know, because first impression is everything, bro. Like, it really is. So for new fans, you could kind of call me a lapsed new fan because it's a totally different roster now. So I'm a lapsed fan of the TNA name, but as far as the last 5 years or 7 years of TNA, I'm not familiar with. So it's new to me. So I can speak on both sides. I am a lapsed fan back in the 2010s. The early 2000s. I am a fan from that time, but this is a brand new product compared to that time. So, speaking from a casual viewer, that did not get me like wanting to see something else because you did not use AJ Styles, bro. What, Bully Ray showed up, Dixie Carter showed up. It was pretty cool to see Dixie Carter. She looks the same. Um, who else showed up? I can't remember who else anybody else showed up. I don't know who that Perez Hilton dude is. That was whatever. But yeah, this is an overall bad show, man. What did y'all think of the TNA? Was it bad? Do y'all think they got a future? Do y'all think they can catch up with AEW? Because with that shit, and they already got a very weak roster, no stars really. I don't see it happening no time soon. So it don't matter if they put all the dirty niggas on there. You still gotta make your show out of your own stars. So I don't know, man. They start off pretty rough, pretty rough. Hopefully they do better next week and continue in general. Yep, that's my thoughts on the first TNA show at AMC. Comment below what y'all think. Do I sound stupid? I'm tripping. What's your opinion? What was your rating? All that other good shit. We are out. Pat yourself on the back real quick. You did that shit? I'm serious. Just be proud of you sometime. It ain't selfish. You allowed to be proud of yourself sometime. But we are out.